What's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. We've been doing a lot of coverage on the Steam Winter Sale, but now I do want to point your guys' attention to Green Man Gaming and their holiday sale that is running right now. Now, with these deals that I am going to go over, they are under the price of $5, and with all of these deals, they will redeem directly on Steam. So you redeem them on Steam and you'll be good to go. These games actually do beat out the prices available on Steam. The only caveat is you won't be able to utilize Steam refunds since you're buying a key. You're gonna redeem them, no real way to utilize Steam refunds. But with that being said, there's a lot of great deals available, and all of these are under $5, so got quite a lot to go over. Some of this stuff I have already mentioned in our various videos covering the winter sale, but you know what? If you want those games even a little bit cheaper, the opportunity is available for you to get them cheaper. So we'll go through all of it, and let's get right into it. We'll go through every game fairly quickly. Outlast and Outlast 2 both on sale. Outlast 1 is $1.70, while Outlast 2 is $2.55. Great deals on horror games. You know, from a thematic standpoint, maybe not the ideal time to play a horror game, but you can add these to your library and then play them in October. And if you don't care about, you know, timing it out, even though these games might not be fitting the Christmas theme. We're past Christmas at this point, and you know what? They're very atmospheric, engaging horror games that I think a lot of you guys will end up enjoying. At this point, it's one of the most iconic horror franchises in gaming history. I do not think that is hyperbole. Outlast is that big, and I remember when Outlast came out, people were blown away by it. At this point, I feel like, you know, a lot of the, you know, shock factor of the initial Outlast has dissipated, but it's still an incredibly worthwhile game to go through. Definitely would recommend it at that price point, and Outlast 2 would recommend that as well. Next up, we got Sniper Elite 3 as well as Sniper Elite 4. Sniper Elite, I believe it's Rebellion, is coming out at the end of next month. Sniper Elite has been one of those franchises that, you know, hasn't gotten a ton of fanfare, but obviously has a strong enough core audience because they continue to make these games, and that core audience is very much into it. Gruesome kills, rewarding gameplay. It's not blowaway, but I do think it's a good time, all things considered, and you're talking Sniper Elite 3 being $2.25, while Sniper Elite 4 at $4.50. Sniper Elite 4 is a banger. That's like a great deal. I had a great time with Sniper Elite 4. It's not even that old, came out back in 2017, and I remember visually just thinking, wow, this game looks really, really good. Probably doesn't hold up as well 7 years later, but, you know, still a pretty damn good looking game. Next up, Murdered Soul Suspect, 92% off, I should say, for $1.66. I go to bat for this game often, and your boy, maybe this is the reason I go to bat for it, your boy did neg $50 on this game. Yes, I spent $50 on this game back in 2014 when it came out. I don't even know what possessed me. Like, why was I like, oh my god, I gotta get Murdered Soul Suspect? I don't know, but I ended up getting it, and I remember thinking it wasn't worth $50. Like, come on, man, it was not worth $50 whatsoever. But at $1.66, it is a really, really compelling mystery detective style game with some supernatural elements. The atmosphere in the game is great, and if you like your more narrative-driven titles, light on any kind of action gameplay, so to speak, Murdered Soul Suspect's probably going to be a game you enjoy. It's not super lengthy, but I had a good time with it. Definitely not worth $50, but at $1.66, again, I think that's a pretty good deal. And it's an underrated, I don't want to say gem, but an underrated game that a lot of you guys, I think, will be surprised by how much you enjoy it. Next up, a game I talk about ad nauseum, Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. Like, come on, man, you guys probably own this game, at least 99% of you. But for the two people that don't, $2.49 for Sleeping Dogs is an absolute bargain. Sleeping Dogs is absolutely awesome. It is a terrific, terrific game. Open world action adventure game, more of an emphasis on the hand-to-hand combat than, let's say, a GTA. But yeah, narratively quite good. Main character is awesome, and on top of that, you got a great soundtrack, and with this definitive edition, you've got a lot of bonus DLC content baked into it as well. It is a terrific deal, and we'll never get a sequel for the game, which is incredibly depressing, but it's still a worthwhile title. Speaking of open world action adventure games, Middle-earth Shadow of War Definitive Edition is 92% off for $4.50. Think this is a great deal for Middle-earth Shadow of War, a game that is the follow-up to Shadow of Mordor, and once again, I feel like it does a really good job of being the style of open world game that I more so can get into 92 where it's not completely overwhelming. There's a good deal of content in Shadow of War, don't get me wrong, especially if you go for a completionist run. It's gonna take you quite a while, but I still thought it was fairly manageable, and for $4.50 with the bonus content included with the Definitive Edition, this is a great deal. Incredibly satisfying combat in Shadow of War as well, and again, for this price point, a great pickup. Next up, we got Just Cause 3 XXL Edition, 88% off for $3.49. You get Just Cause 3, the Air, Land, and Sea Expansion Pass, and a couple of vehicle and weapon packs as well. Just Cause 3, while it was one of the worst PC ports of all time when the game initially came out in 2015, at this point, what you are getting is a really well-refined open world title that you don't have to take too seriously. Like I always say, Just Cause is one of those games that you can kind of mentally check out and have a chaotic, enjoyable experience with. If you had a long day at work and you're not trying to get salty over a video game, I feel like Just Cause is a fun time to just pop it in or jump into the game and, you know, cause some mayhem and then move on with your life. You're not going to get emotionally invested into the story of Rico, but overall, it's a fun time for sure, and for $3.49, great deal there. Moving on, for a game that does try to emotionally compel you, Frostpunk is 88% off for $3.60. Now, this is the base game. There's some DLC content that is worthwhile that, you know, ideally you would like to get that, but the base game for $3.60 I do think is a damn good deal. 11-Bit Studios does a really good job in creating games that are a little bit grim, a little bit dark, but Frostpunk does it very well in the aesthetic of a survival game as well, and a very cool setting on top of that. If you like your city building survival titles, you'll enjoy Frostpunk quite a bit. $3.60 is a great price on that. Injustice 2 Legendary Edition, 92% off for $4.50. Injustice 2 is a fun time. You've got so many iconic characters in the game that even if you're not trying to get super technical with a fighting game and trying to get, you know, pro or anything like that, which certainly I am not these days. My days on that ended with BlazBlue Calamity Trigger, but nevertheless, Injustice 2, a fun time, all things considered, and an enjoyable fighting game with a great cast of characters. The F.E.A.R Pack is $4.13. You get F.E.A.R 1, 2, and 3. Some great titles here. Throwback war titles. Obviously, they are going to show their age a little bit, but $4.13 for all of those games. Definitely a good shout there. Rise of the Tomb Raider, 86% off for $4.05 with a Steam Deals video. Be complete without my girl Laura getting mentioned. Yes, I know I'm a broken record, but whenever ROTR, one of the best games legitimately of the last 10 years, is down to $4 and change, I'm gonna recommend it. ROTR is a great game, and if you're one of the few people, just like Sleeping Dogs, that have yet to pick it up, obviously do play Tomb Raider 2013 first. That game is tremendous, but also play Rise of the Tomb Raider. And if you want to jump right into Rise of the Tomb Raider, ROTR is without a doubt the better game, but 2013 is still worthwhile to play. It's an Uncharted 2 into Uncharted 1 into an Uncharted 2 situation, Mass Effect 1 into a Mass Effect 2 situation, where the first game is really good, but the second game just improves upon it in just about every area. But yeah, ROTR is great. And then lastly, Batman Arkham Knight Premium Edition, 89% off for $4.50. Obviously an excellent deal for Batman Arkham Knight, another game that was one of the worst PC ports of all time when it came out, but much better now. A lot of people do consider it to be the weakest of the three mainline Rocksteady Batman Arkham games, but it's still really damn good. It's a really solid open world action adventure game. I didn't even hate the Batmobile sections as much as everyone else, but a great game nonetheless, and it again runs really well at this point. That's going to do it for me. Again, our guys at Green Man Gaming are absolutely crushing it with the deals that they are offering. Go check them out. Under $5 if you buy anything with our affiliate links. We do get an affiliate kickback, which is much appreciated, but that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.